Sometimes it's the things you least expect, that really get you thinking.
Absolutely.
And today we've got a good one. We're diving into this article, and get this, it's called, get this, Yellow Canaries with Gray on Their Wings.
Now that's a title that makes you think, huh?
Right. From 1973. So I'm thinking, canaries. What am I going to learn from this? But hold on, because it's not really about birds.
Not at all. It's about the power of a simple life, really.
Okay, I am intrigued. Tell me more.
So it's about this woman, Kathleen McKee, and her canary, Billy.
Okay, so we've got Kathleen, we've got Billy the Canary. Where do we even begin?
Well, Kathleen, she lived a quiet life. She wasn't rich or famous.
So not like a household name or anything?
No, but what's amazing is the impact she had on the people around her. Just through everyday acts of kindness.
Like little things, making a difference in those small ways.
Exactly. And that's what I think is so relevant about this article, even today.
Yeah, especially today, right? When everyone's always trying to be, big and flashy.
It's easy to forget the power of just being kind, being present in the moment. And that's what Kathleen did.
So how does Billy the Canary fit into all of this?
Well, when Kathleen passed away, she had this very specific request about Billy.
Really? What was it?
She wanted to make sure he was cared for.
Ah, that's kind of sweet, actually. But was Billy like a special canary or something?
Well, he was described as yellow with gray on his wings.
So maybe a little worse for wear.
A little rough around the edges, maybe.
Yeah.
But to Kathleen, he was precious.
And I think that says a lot about her, doesn't it?
It really does. And it brings us to the heart of the article, which is embracing our own imperfections and finding our own way to sing our song, just like Billy.
Okay, I love that. So we're not all meant to be, these perfect, polished canaries.
Exactly. We all have our own unique beauty, our own way of adding to the world.
I like that. So it's not about trying to be the loudest or the most impressive
It's about finding your own voice, your own rhythm.
and making your own kind of music.
That's it. The article, it really challenges us to think differently about what it means to leave our mark on the world.
So not about fame or fortune,
It's
but
about being authentically you.
and finding fulfillment in those small, genuine moments.
That's where the real impact lies. The article even makes this comparison to Peter and Paul from the Bible.
Really? Okay, now that's an interesting connection.
Right. These are people who were chosen for greatness, but they weren't perfect.
Nobody's perfect, right? We all have our flaws.
Exactly. And it's about embracing those flaws, learning from them, using them to connect with others.
Because it's those imperfections that make us who we are.
I think so. Have you ever noticed how often we get stuck comparing ourselves to others, focusing on what we're not good at?
Oh, all the time. Are you kidding? It's so easy to do.
Right. But this article, it reminds us that true fulfillment doesn't come from trying to be someone we're not.
It's about getting ahead of ourselves, not others.
I like that. Get ahead of ourselves, not others.
Because we all have something unique to offer, right? Our own strengths, our own way of looking at the world.
Absolutely. And it's about embracing all of it, the good, the bad, the imperfections, the whole package.
It's so easy to get stuck in that comparison trap, thinking, oh, I wish I was more like them.
It's so tempting to focus on what we don't have, what we're not.
Right. Instead of appreciating, our own unique qualities. But this article, it's saying, hey, those things you see as weaknesses, they might actually be your strengths in disguise.
Exactly. And it's not just about accepting those imperfections. It's about seeing them as valuable.
Okay, so how do we do that? How do we go from seeing something as a flaw to seeing it as a strength?
Well, I think it starts with vulnerability. When we allow ourselves to be open and honest about our struggles, about those things we're not perfect at, it actually makes us more relatable, more human.
It's like when someone's just perfect all the time, it's hard to relate to them.
Exactly. But when we let our guard down a bit, it allows others to do the same. It creates this connection, this space for genuine interaction.
It's about being authentic, not trying to be someone we're not. And, it's funny because I think about some of the most inspiring people I know, and they're often the ones who've been through some tough stuff.
Oh, absolutely. It's like those experiences, even the difficult ones, they shape us, they give us depth.
They make us who we are, right? It's like that saying, scars, they're just tattoos with better stories.
I love that. And this article, it really makes you think about how we define success. So often we get caught up in these external markers.
Like the big house, the fancy car, the perfect Instagram feed.
Right. But that's not where true fulfillment comes from. It's about finding meaning and purpose in what we do, even in the smallest of things.
The article, and it even quotes this poem about finding satisfaction in completing simple tasks with dedication and care.
And I think that's so powerful. It's about finding joy in the process, not just the end result.
It's like it doesn't matter how big the stage is, it's about showing up and giving it your all.
Exactly. And those small acts, those quiet moments of dedication, they can have a ripple effect that we might not even realize.
It's like you throw a pebble in the water and the ripples, they just keep going.
And you never know who those ripples might reach or how they might inspire someone else. But here's the thing, instead of dwelling on our limitations, what if we focused on our strengths? What if we saw those perceived weaknesses as opportunities for growth?
So like instead of saying, oh, I'm not good at this, we could ask ourselves, how can I get better?
Exactly. It's about adopting a growth mindset, embracing the journey of learning and evolving, because that's where we unlock our true potential.
Sometimes I think we're so busy trying to be good at things, that we forget to enjoy the actual learning part.
Right. It's like we're so focused on the destination, we miss the journey.
Exactly. And it's not like this article is saying, hey, just be okay with being average, but maybe it's more about, finding the joy in the process of becoming better.
Yeah, becoming the best version of ourselves on our own terms.
And not by like someone else's definition of success, right?
Absolutely. It's about recognizing that we all have something special to offer, something unique.
Like our own song to sing.
Exactly. And those imperfections, those are just, little variations that make our music interesting.
I like that the imperfections are what give it flavor.
Exactly. What if we all approached life like that, embracing our own unique sound?
Instead of trying to sound like everyone else.
Because the world needs your song,
Yeah,
the authentic you.
I love that. So as we kind of wrap things up here, what's the one thing you really want listeners to take away from this whole canary conversation?
Embrace your journey,
Mm,
Focus on your strengths and don't be afraid to let your true self shine.
I love it. That's so powerful. Well, this has been amazing. Who knew we could learn so much from a canary, right?
Right. From 1973, no less.
Well, thanks for taking this deep dive with me. This was great.
My pleasure. Until next time.